In the early 1950s, Cold War tensions erupted on the Korean peninsula. Hundreds of Australians died in what's been called the Forgotten War, and 43 of them are still listed as missing in action. The son of one of the Australian MIAs is leading the push to identify the remains of these lost soldiers and bring them home. It's been a long struggle, and today he was rewarded for his determined campaign. But for Ian Saunders, the job is only half done. Andrew Green has the story.
Good morning.
A lifetime of searching has led Ian Saunders to Government House and an Order of Australia.
Mr Saunders, your poor father was missing in action. That's what prompted you to start this epic project that you've taken on. Congratulations.
I'd like to thank you, sir.
For many decades, his mission has been to find the forgotten soldiers who were killed in what's called the Forgotten War, his father among them.
I consider my dad and about 120,000 Australian servicemen as heroes.
His father, Private John Philip Saunders, fought and survived the Second World War, and when the Korean War broke out, he enlisted again, one of more than 17,000 Australians to serve. Ian was just 4 years old.
I remember stepping out of the blue, and there was a guy in front of an old shaving cabinet with the glass, obviously shaving, and he had a khaki uniform on. And that's the only recollection, and the last recollection of him.
He's believed to have been killed by a grenade blast in an evening raid in what's now the North Korean demilitarised zone, but his body was never recovered and his family never got answers.
I remember the front door ringing, telegram delivered. The front door opens into the lounge room. Mum started crying.
And this is a copy of what your mother received?
Yes, from Central Army Records, Office Melbourne. We regret to inform you that your husband, 3/4000868, Private John Philip Saunders, was reported missing in action in Korea on the 25th of January. Stop.
Private Saunders is one of 43 Australian servicemen still officially listed as missing in action. That early trauma set Ian on a lifelong mission to find his dad and help other families. It's a quest he'll never give up.
Never. Never. I'll give up when they identify a remain. Preferably all. I'm only 67.
His mission has led him to collect DNA from over 70 families of missing soldiers. He thinks some of their loved ones could be here, a storage facility containing hundreds of bodies recovered by the US but not yet identified. He wants the Australian government to have them checked for matches.
It'd be preferable, in my opinion, that Kim Beazley, there's their ambassador, make a representation to the Pentagon.
Derek Luxford is also searching for answers about his uncle, an Australian airman who's been missing for more than 60 years.
They are forgotten. And there weren't a lot of them. That's one of the sad things too. There are a very small number who are MIAs. It seems such a shame that more can't be done to make that final effort to close it all off. I mean, really pull out all stops to find if there's any remains there and bring them back.
The campaign is getting support from men who fought and survived the Korean War.
We do believe that there have been some recovered and they could only be described as unknown, or that their DNA has not been tested against the material that we have sent over from Australia through the work of Ian Saunders, so that we can have some hope of some closure for the families.
But recovering bodies is complex. While some may be buried or stored in the US, many are simply out of reach, deep inside the dangerous state of North Korea.
We've certainly made it very clear to our American friends that if they choose to do that work, then we'd be very keen to see what the results are. But we, as a habit, as a government, don't go around asking other governments to exhume remains searching for Australians.
Stuart Robert is the minister responsible, and he has personal reason for wanting to help. His own uncle was the first RAAF pilot shot down during the Korean War. His body was later recovered.
I understand and appreciate their frustrations, and it is slow. And I guess I'd say to all Australians, we're dealing with North Korea.
They can resolve the issue today. They can go there and resolve the issue, one way or the other.
Ian's gong today is recognition for his long-term efforts, but his real reward is yet to come.
Proud to receive it, but I'll be prouder the day I get a headstone from my dad.